All right, everybody. Happy Saturday. This is MDB coming at you here on Saturday, September 16th. It is 2 o'clock sharp, right on the dot. I'm a little late with the video today because I am prepping to travel tomorrow, heading out to Virginia on Sunday. So hopefully get this out the door and that everybody has a good weekend. I also changed to a video recorder called OBS, which appears to be the best. So hopefully the screen is sharper and the picture's better and all that. All right, so let's get into it. We got a lot of stuff going on. I am MDB. I'm just an individual investor with a system based on the book How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvas. I think Darvas was a genius, and I've taken it and added a few ideas of my own. It's a great book, and I think everybody should read it. The way I do my screen here, this is TC2000 charting program, and I have 6 different watch lists that I use here, and for looking at various stocks I track. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at the latest couple of weeks here. My core value is weekly, and I'm looking for interesting changes in the market. Last week, we had a ton of inside weeks. If you don't know what an inside week is, it's when price is inside of the prior price bar that came before it. So the way most traders will use it is that you set alerts for the top and the bottom, and if the price hits the top, the chances are, probability are it's going up, and hopefully you guys can see my cursor. And if it hits the bottom of that inside week, then the chances are that it's going to resolve to the downside. On my charts here, I code inside weeks with this sort of light gray, which you can see up here. This ticker AMZ right there. There's where you can see that's an inside week. So basically, you keep it simple, Keep it simple. It's not like you have to know where the market's going to go. Let the market tell you. Why can't I do this? There we go. So there's one line right there for the bottom and right there. So when you see an inside week, basically you got to tell yourself the market is undecided. It is a period of indecision, and the powers that be are going to figure out, they're going to do their analysis and then figure out whether to take prices up or take prices down. All you got to do is observe and see what's happening. All right, let's get into this. So actually, this is the first time I've had a chance to really sit down and adjust my charts. For the most part, I haven't done a lot of transacting, a lot of trading. That's the benefit of the Darvas system, is that you don't need to be constantly trading in and out, in and out. What you're looking for, in my opinion, are the bigger trends. Right here, you have the AMZ MLP index. This is good, represents energy, good for dividends and cash flow. I have some of these in an income portfolio that pay like quarterly dividends, a few that pay monthly, etc. Helps pay the bills. And right here, you have a box breakout, and it went up, came down a bit, and now it's gone back up. It is an inside week, so we'll see if it's going to continue in this next week. And I'm trying to be time conscious here and whip through these, but there's a lot going on because so many inside weeks set up last week. So we got to see if there's anything truly interesting that might be setting up for either long or short trades. What is this? Kathy Wood? I always laugh at Kathy Wood and the investors that are in ARK. God, they're just sheep. Oop, let's put this to monthly. Look at that. That's just a slow boat to nowhere. This is a monthly chart view. Slow boat to nowhere. Who the hell buys this? God. If you showed up at my doorstep and owned a bunch of ARK, I would just kick you in the ass and say, get out. All right, well, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. All right, let's whip through some of these. Oil. This is approximation of oil. Look at that. That looks like an upward trend, huh? But look, it closed halfway here. Interesting. Well, maybe oil's, if the economy goes into a recession, maybe oil isn't going to go up as much. I don't know. I don't know. We shall see. NASDAQ, 2 inside weeks in a row. And look, this one had above average volume on the downside, so people are getting nervous. Oh, let's see if we can get a couple of lines in here. People are getting nervous, but we haven't cracked to the downside yet, at least on the index. Actually, that should be more like that. When people say that markets are tightening, in my opinion, this is what is meant by tightening, because price is trading in a smaller and smaller range over the last 1 to 3 weeks. To me, that's price tightening. I don't know what it means at other times, but that is tightening, in my opinion. Ethereum. The colors on my charts mean different things. Yellows are bullish, whites are bearish, grays are insides. These blue ones, or blueberry or whatever color, tends to represent extreme exuberance. These ones here that are in orange, these represent usually shooters or hammers. They can be reversals. They tend to be reversal patterns. But in this case, 3 weeks ago in Ethereum, we had what's called a shooter bar. And the trade here is to take note of this, and then to take note if it breaks the lower edge or the upper edge. But look what the shooter has done. We had a bearish shooter bar, but man, traders, buyers, and they haven't gone away. They haven't crushed us. They had an inside week, okay, but now a second inside week. Price is getting tighter. Eventually they'll make a real decision. Are they going to trend this higher or lower? I don't know. But now we're prepared for the fact that after 2 inside weeks, oh, I lost this low. I think it was there. But after 2 inside weeks, yeah, market's getting ready for a move somewhere. The question is, I don't know. Probability here says it's going to be up, because we've got big green volume, big green volume, big green volume, big green volume, big green volume. Where's the red? Where's the big red sellers? I don't see the big red. So that tells me the probability is that it's probably going to continue higher. Probably next week. Be prepared. This is the whole point of charting, is to see stuff like that and be prepared. So if you really love Ethereum, if it starts to make its move, you can jump on it and make some money. And if it's a big move, make some big money. Because that's what we want to do, is make some big money. I don't want to make little money. Fuck little money. Let's make big money. Ooh, I swore. I shouldn't have done that. All right, nothing there. The only thing here on this China one, we had a yellow bar buy signal to get excited, and then the next week right here, red volume. What did people holding it do after it made its move? They ran to plug in sell orders. That's all you need to see. Green, then red, going nowhere. Got stopped before it even began. It's China anyway, so I want to have anything to do with China, but I keep track of that one. What is this one? Bitcoin. Yep. Bearish shooter bar. Yet the next week, the reaction to it was an inside week, but more bullish. This week, still not an inside bar, but close to it. So it's getting ready. It may make a move higher as well. And if it makes a big move, that'll be a box breakout, because it's here in a box range, a Darvas box range. And so if crypto starts to move this next week, then those might be the ones to go for if you're a crypto trader. See, I just saved you a ton of money on subscriptions and following other accounts and all the people you're paying. Boom. Simple. Keep it simple. Doesn't have to be super duper hard. But you got to learn how to read charts. And this is how you learn how to read charts, in my professional opinion. I've only been doing this for 25 frickin' years. Think you'd learn something, huh? But what's amazing, sometimes some people don't learn. They never learn because they never try to take it to the next level. Anything happening here? No. Nothing ever happens in gold. Except for the one time when something big does happen, and then we'll all want to buy gold. If Congress bankrupts us all, yeah, maybe owning gold would be a good idea. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. That's the theme song of charts is, I don't know. What do we got here? IGV software. Breakout. Low volume, which to me is lower odds of success. Came in here and then whoosh, back down into the box. Yeah, okay. That pretty much sums up tech. What is this? Home construction. Ooh, breaking the box. Well, it just hit the lower edge, but man, you see red volume, red volume, red volume, red volume, red volume. Housing's getting bearish, probably because of interest rates, but it's still above the weekly moving average. But it looks like it's rolling over here, but we won't know until it actually does. But if it does, it might get a little ugly. Let's see. If it does break down, it might look like that. Whoop. Not yet, though. Anything here? Nope. Nope. And inside on healthcare. Nope. Man, what is that? The transportation trannies? These trannies are going down. Equal weighted S&P. NASDAQ. No, nothing going on. Well, look at this. Inside week here, it broke up right there. We normally give a blue. I'll set that as a default. See, there's your trade right there. The upper edge of this bar. But then what did it do? No follow through. Had another inside week. And now you probably had stops in there and you probably were stopped out of the trade. So this is what your screen might look like. This is how mine tends to look. It changes to red. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is trading. You tried it here, it failed, and you sold out at roughly the same price. Did you lose money? No, don't lose money. And if you're lucky, you probably set your stop a little above your cost, so you walked away with a little bit extra change in your pocket. That is successful trading. Now, it didn't work, and right now, maybe it's a short. So anybody who shorted on the bottom of this inside week, they're starting to make a little money. But, I don't know. But that's how you do it. That's how you make a trade, and even if it doesn't work, you still walk away with some money in your pocket. Don't lose money. The whole concept of setting your stop 5% below your cost or anything, no. As soon as you get a profit, start thinking about how to protect that profit. I walk away with trades all the time where I only made a little bit of money, made a little bit here. One time I made $18. That paid for lunch. You make $1 on a trade, you've won after your costs like commissions or whatever. QQQs, 2 inside weeks, tightening or coiling. That's the word I was looking for. Coiling. To me, this is what coiling means. You see traders throw the term, the chart's coiling. What does that mean? I have no idea. But we do know that 2 inside weeks in a row is a tighter price range. That to me is coiling. But what do I know? Just a trader. Just an individual trader. I don't know anything. Been doing this for 25 years. What's going on? RSP, equal weighted. Gosh. Well, it was so successful in here, and yeah, everything's turned. But we'll see what happens. Nothing super special there. Inflation readings. This is the 1 to 3 year Treasury bond fund. If it keeps going down, that means inflation keeps going higher. If it starts moving up, that means inflation expectations are decreasing. So far, does this look like inflation is decreasing? Not really. Ooh, where did my boxes go on this one? Did I lose them somehow? Nope, I'm showing them. Maybe they're on this view? No. Nope. There we go. This is what I want to look at. On the monthly, guess when interest rates started rising? Right in here. The box knows. Yeah, I'll have to fix that. Every now and then TC2000 does an update, or maybe there's a split or something, and the boxes get screwed up and I gotta fix them. No worries. All right, let's keep going through this, get going fast. Yep, I mentioned that the semiconductors had an inside week. And yeah, if you wanted to start shorting some tech, thinking things are getting bearish, well, there's your short trigger right there. You want to bet against it? Do it. You've got 2 shooter bars in a row, shooter. Those are technically bearish. So you get inside week, well, there's your trigger. Bet on the break of the inside week. Traders who did that starting to make some money. The S&P 500, yep, there's those 2 inside weeks, same as the NASDAQ. Prices are tight, but they haven't broken yet, although individual stocks might have broken. All right, God, I'm getting real slow here. Sentiment, about medium. Haha, the tan. Okay, I've mentioned several times I'm short a couple of solar stocks. And this TAN is the solar ETF. What more do you need to determine that this sector is bearish? It's got how many months is this? November 1, coming out almost a year and a half, Darvas box range, and it broke it right down here. Oh, let's highlight that. Oh, I just changed it to blue. That should be just yellow. And look at that. There's our signal. Now we had the light reaction here of losers who think that this is a good value right here. These are just bad traders right in here. Green volume, there's no green volume. There's no above average volume. So what does it do? It pops up just to fool anybody who went for the short. This is how the market tests you. It tests your conviction. Are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure? Are you sure? You're sure? Are you sure? Well, yeah. And it's so frustrating when it does that. But eventually the core trend is taking over. We got an inside week. I fully expect it to resolve down. If it resolves up, I'll just want to scream and bang my head against the wall. But something I've mentioned in the last video is that when price is in the lower right side, price tends to continue going to the lower right side. If price is up here in the upper right side, it tends to continue going to the upper right side. And if we look at this on the monthly chart, oh yeah, in fact, it's even worse on the monthly. Look at that. Box breakdown. Why haven't I circled these before? Maybe I have and they just went away. And this box needs to be closed because now it's gaining momentum. But again, this is the charts telling us that this sector of the market, frankly, is not doing so hot. And if you're going to bet against something and short something, bet against what's not doing very well. Like, you may be short Nvidia, but you're shorting the strongest stock in the market. So your gains aren't going to be huge, because if Nvidia goes down a lot, there's going to be lots of buyers to jack it back up again. In this case, with solar, yeah, man, this is a dog. This is a dog with fleas. Put my Gordon Gekko hat on. It's a dog, pal. It's a dog with fleas. So that's the stuff. That's how you bet against certain things in the markets. All right. TLTs. Oh, there's the bonds. Look at this. Remember what I was just talking about? If it's down and to the right, it tends to continue going down and to the right. That means interest rates probably heading higher. Oh, uranium. Look at that. Still in a box range, but man, price is heading up. And if you look here, what started it? Well, started it in my opinion. Yellow bar buy signal, baby. But these signals occur a lot, and they're not always the case. There's no guarantee. You're never guaranteed. Like, look at that. Signal and then failure. So it's not a guarantee, but if other factors come together, then sometimes they can be powerful signals. Otherwise I would not have them on my charts. I'll leave that one up just as reinforcement. But yeah, uranium's beginning to get some momentum here. Look at that. The VIX, still low, but maybe it comes around. Yeah, housing like we saw before, but this is still in a box range. So according to the Darvas method, this is still a hold. And if you're a long-term trend follower, maybe you'll use a long-term moving average, like this weekly moving average I use. And maybe that will be your decision point, which is fine, because there's plenty of investors who are buy and sit investors. All methods are valid. Oh, this is interesting. The XLE had a pink bar signal? Say what? That's really interesting. So with this, we want to take note of it. It's not an inside bar, but it is a pay attention. The market is starting to make a decision. They're working on making a decision. Is that decision going to be to change the trend, send it down, go sideways, or are they really going to take it turbo and ramp it higher? My guess is if the country does go into a recession or whatever, maybe the trend will change, because people will start using less oil and gas. Who knows? I don't know. But the market's sending a signal here saying they're working on it, and for us to pay attention. Might be important. Anything going on here? Nope, nothing there. All right, let's go to the next list, and we'll start to ramp through these. But like I said, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. Oof. Ooh, look at this. What is this? AAOI. Yellow bar buy signal. Textbook Darvas box breakout here. Let's roll this back a smidge. Textbook box breakout. You ride the trend, then you get a bearish shooter bar here. Well, some super enthusiasm on the blue bar, then a bearish shooter bar, but it still keeps going up, and then you got tail, long tail, long tail. These technically could be shooter bars, so you'd have shooter, 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 shooter. all four in a row. Well, duh, if you look at this and you get four of those in a row, do you really think it's going to continue ramping? That's where you got to start noticing and get a little nervous. I drew this yellow line to highlight that sort of resistance level, and now look at it. Now that the direction of the market has turned, whoosh, all these buyers just got screwed. This is still technically healthy because it's above this weekly moving average, but man, it just got a lot tougher. If you own it here at $9 or $10, boy, you sure wish you sold it at 15, huh? Well, it has not yet formed a new Darvas box, so I'm just paying attention to it. Aha! AMR. I am long this one. Gee, this one's doing pretty good, huh? Long Darvas box. A breakout, textbook breakout on volume. And look at it go. Whatever's going on with they sell coal for steel, if I recall. Whatever's going on there, I like it. Whatever's going up and to the right tends to continue going up and to the right. What does this look like on the monthly? Check your time frames. This should be rolled back a couple. There we go. Look at that. If I was really on top of this, I might have gotten long here at 165. Instead, I'm long up here in the 190s. But still, don't hurt. And the big difference here is that how are we supposed to know that this box breakout was going to be the one that works and it takes off? Because the one back here in June, well, this one looked great and it didn't go anywhere. So I guess we were supposed to take note of that and then jump on it again a month later? I don't know. All we can do is observe and hope we make the right decision. But I bet there's a lot of people who wish they were long this stock now. Like me. Let's see. Annette, I am ANAET. I'm still long this, but literally I have like no cushion. I'll probably be selling it next week. I'll have made, if I'm lucky, I'll make like $1. And you see there's that inside week. It broke down. I should have sold. There's a trader on Twitter I was talking with, Jazzy. She sold it up here. She did a great job. She saw the signal, and then she sold and got out of it. Now she played that well. I did not play it well, and the difference is you've got a yellow bar buy signal here, which launched a box breakout. It's uptrending, right? Well, I'd like to hold it at all costs if possible. But if the market turns, well, then, it's not going to be spared. So unfortunately, that one's probably going to not work. Sell H, look at that trend. Inside week, we'll see what it does. The ELF, I'm still long at this from down here. Again, there's an inside week sell signal. Should I have taken it? Yeah, but I also would love to hold it long for a long-term trend. The red volume right here, it was lower than these green bars, so maybe this washed out those sellers. And in fact, if we look back, sell H, yeah, volume, negative sell volume isn't that high. On ANET, there isn't any red volume, so that's worth giving it a shot. IoT, box breakout, followed immediately by a bearish shooter bar, and then what they do, they sold it back into the box. This is how you just get screwed. You get all excited here. Box breakout, it's going, we're going to be rich. And then you probably ignored the signal here. I should probably, for this video, code this red, because I'll be drawing a lot of these. Bearish signal, you should have sold, and it's so hard to sell right after you had an exciting bull move, because you're greedy, you want more. And now you might be sitting on a loss. There, that's what it looks like on the monthly. Even the monthly had a bearish shooter bar. I've talked smack about this stock, meaning I've felt that the gains here are kind of capped because of this, capped in the zone range. So far I've been correct, but we'll see. One stock at a time, one day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time. I gotta change this back to monthly. There we go. NVIDIA. Gosh, there we go. Same deal here. 2 inside weeks in a row, and then it resolved to the downside. You think all these buyers who were so jazzed up the last few weeks, they probably are realizing maybe they made a mistake. But maybe they didn't. I don't know. All we can do is react to what we got in front of us. This pisses me off. Bearish shooter bar. I'm going to have to set a stop right in here because I just bought it, and I'll probably get stopped out of it with a smidge gain. I'll be lucky if I get out with any type of gain on this, but it just is what it is. That's a big red bar. It's annoying. All right, list 3. So list 2 that we went to here are the ones that I think are strongest in the market. And by the way, I do have to move this one, like IoT, that's a box failure. So I will move it to list 5. And I'm constantly moving stocks backwards and forwards, depending upon their status, their breakout status. That's how we keep track of everything. All right, anything going here? Well, look here, box breakout, failure, and now it keeps failing, keeps going down more. So underwhelming. But that also shows how the market is changing, getting more bearish. I'm going to keep this on list 3 because that's bullish, but not perfect bullish. Q Maggie calls it a 5-star setup. I'll just call it a prime setup. Maybe I'll call it a platinum setup. If there's, how should I do it? Silver, gold, and platinum. These are gold setups. Platinum setups are in the list 2. Q Maggie has the patent on calling it a 5-star setup, so I'm not a plagiarist yet. Because 5-star sounds really good, though. It's a great term. APP. Well, this is a little weird, but I don't own any of it. But Arch Coal. We saw AMR with coal. Now Arch Coal is making its move. But Arch, I would say, is hell of a lot weaker than the other ones. I really don't have any interest in it. XON and nothing. Nothing. Bill. This one got announced that one of their competitors or partners just cut the relationship with them, and I don't know, Bill might be a short. But we'll see. Investors have between 109 and 95 for it to figure out what's going on. Uranium, here's the biggest component of uranium. Nice trend. Pink bar here, they weren't sure what to do with it. Inside week, now it's resolved, and now it's blasting higher. I don't really like this one, though, as a trade. because it's got a lot of shares outstanding. It's a $15 billion market cap. The sweet spot for stocks is between, in my opinion, 30 million and 100 million shares outstanding. 400 million shares outstanding in the float becomes a big fat whale. It's harder for them to, for any company with a ton of shares, it's harder for them to have big moves, just in general. Just hard. Coin, little bastard. But if we know that Ethereum and Bitcoin might be looking bullish, so coin might be a bullish trade going in the future, but even if it starts going up, it's not going to get interesting until 100, 105, etc. There might be some money-making potential, but where's the volume down here? Nobody's expecting it. The big boys that run things aren't really signaling through volume down here, so coin's not that exciting. CVNA, this is exciting. So what we got here, we got a box breakout, no volume, but we don't have any red volume here either. And now we had an inside week, and now it's resolved to the upside. What's in the upper right corner tends to continue going to the upper right corner. So it looks positive. Can't argue with that. Let's see. Lengthen this one. CVX, Chevron. Well, that kind of jibes with the XLE and the pink bar signal. So Dell, huge bar here. Now, some would call this an EP, an episodic pivot. I think that's the term. And yeah, I guess I would agree that that is one. But the general market conditions seem to be changing at the moment. But, you know, for a long-term buy or a trade, this should at least be on your charts. Google completing the box breakout, but it was a low volume box breakout. But it's positive right now. And just had the inside week resolution to the upside. That's one reason why the NASDAQ is not getting dropped. Haha! IonQ, look at that. Box breakout down here. And then it was on low volume. And what happens? It goes up, whoosh, comes back down. What a letdown, huh? I tried it in here, thinking, well, maybe it's going to work, but, you know, I got stopped out in there and then I let it go. I was pissed for a day when it went higher. Now I'm quite thrilled I don't own any. And the technical profile, notice how we had green, 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 green. Well, look what it shifted to. It's now shifted to red, 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 red. That basically is momentum is going away. It's going to be a harder trade. No signals here for Rivian except it had inside week resolution to the upside. Nothing huge as volume is light, but worth keeping an eye on. Roku, bearish shooter bar. That was so strange how it popped up, just asking for it to be sold off. Bearish shooter bar and now bearish resolution heading down to the downside. This one might be a short, but I don't know. We'll see. STAA, pink bar signal. I bought this in the family trust down in here. There was a couple of days in here where I thought I really messed up and I should sell it, but I'm trying to hold it. And now we got a pink bar signal, and the market may be trying to tell us something. Maybe they're making a decision. Maybe the trend is going to start changing or get worse. I don't know. But I know now to pay attention and keep my eye on this one now. Closer eye. It's the whole point. Signal and then reaction to signal. Boy, I'm talking a lot here. Oh, we're 40 minutes in. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's whip through. Stinger, anything? Oop, let's make this bigger. Toast, it's probably going to be a very long sideways. Why? Because it's got 500 million shares outstanding. So it's going nowhere. This one's probably going sideways for a long time also. But you can see 2 attempted box breakouts, and both were failures. One was a textbook one, failed. Then the second weak one, weak down here, failed. Inside weak, and now inside weak, bearish resolution. This stock reflects the economy anyways, so the way it's acting makes perfect sense. Workday, box breakout, low volume, goes up a little, comes back down. Needs more volume. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this one at all. So, box breakout here, low volume. The next week, oh wait, there's a breakout. What happens? It closes mid-bar on big volume. That means there's a lot of sellers in there who noticed, oh, look at that. Hey, let's blow it out. And now it's down this week, and now the box is closed. This one is prime for a drop down like this. Not to 95, but a week 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, a week 4 drop, which messes everybody up who thought this was a emergence of a new trend. It's probably not. I say probably because this is all odds and probability. Suggestive. Let's see, we got into list 4, which is more bearish. Oof. Big red sell bar. And in a box. Not interested. Not interested. Yep, I am short for solar. It's threatening to break the bottom of the box, and like we saw how weak solar is, this is the strongest of the solars, but we got a white bar sell signal. Now we got some real duking it out between bulls and bears. Volume is low. So even if the bulls think they're right, there's no bullish confirmation. But then again, the bears are, have 3 small above average bars, but the bulls are losing on this one. Not an easy one, but I'm expecting price to start really coming down. And now we're going to make some big money here. Interesting. This is the whole point of having signals on your chart. TMDX, interesting business. It went up to here. I felt it probably was overvalued. Then the market told us, yeah, it's overvalued. And you see these red bars. I tried it again down here, got spanked really fast. And I lost money on this one, on the second trade. I made money on the first trade, and I lost money on the second trade. But now, this is a very interesting signal. Hammer bar on green volume. This is one to watch because maybe it was, if it was overvalued at 90, 95, maybe it's undervalued at 55 to 60. You know what? Let's zoom out of this. Let's go to the monthly view and see if there's anything going on in the monthly. Oh, I haven't updated this one in a long time. So, it should look something like this. And that should have stopped right about in here. Oh, come on. That looks about right. And close the box here. Oh, I know why it's messed up, because we're not on monthly view. It really helps to have monthly view on monthly view, huh? So this looks something like that. Probably resolve around there. So on the monthly view, it created a box. We had a box breakout here. Nothing crazy. Then it went up, and I was long in this area, and then whoosh, the truth hit. They had earnings, and the market didn't like what it saw and what it projected, and now they bailed. But if it's putting in a potential bottom signal here, then it means that the correct value of this stock is somewhere in this zone. And the market's trying to figure it out. Yeah. So, TMDX, one to keep an eye on for the next week or two. I've written that down on my list. You guys should too. No guarantees though. Tesla. Boy, I'm going to have to move this. This is on a list 4. Yeah, this one's got to move. Let's put it to list 3. So we had sort of a shooter bar here that's bearish, but not, it doesn't look that bearish. Then inside week, and boy, did this resolve higher to the upside on a gap also. That's impressive. I was short Tesla from up here, and I covered down here. And if I was a super trader, I would have gone long again, but I did not. But now Tesla is telling us that things might be getting real bullish for it. And it's getting close to a possible box breakout here. So basically, as you see, last week I mentioned there was tons of inside week setups. Now this week we're seeing the resolution to those inside week setups, and a lot of them are bearish. Apple, pink bar signal, pay attention. Oof, look at this resolution. Big red volume. It's now below the weekly moving average. There hasn't been a big green volume bar in a while. This is looking very bearish. If you were to short anything, yeah, I'd be short Apple. And by the way, this is list 5, so these should be the worst looking stocks in the market. I track around 100 stocks or so, because to track any more is just too much of a brain melter. AMD, box breakdown, good news for them, low volume, but still. bearish ASAN. I tried to short this one and it did not work because all the buyers came in. I forgot to put my cover circle in there. Buyers came in and pushed it right back up to the bottom of the box, and now, whoop, dropped it back again on a couple of bad days. Just a hard one to trade. Where did those buyers come from? So stupid. Looks bearish. Oh, the bros. I tried this twice based on the yellow bar buy signal. Both times they failed. And even this hammer bar right here, well, the reaction was supposed to then go back up, but no. Inside weak, and boy, it's pointing to the downside. I thought this company might be very promising based on the yellow bar, but clearly it's not ready yet. Maybe this is a 2024 stock. Crocs, oof. Yellow bar sell signal, breaking the box. The second bearish breakdown, and now look, it's really beginning to get some momentum on the downside. Ugh. Look how awful this one is. Yeah, part of the reason why I keep an eye on the really bad ones, and I keep them in this list, is so that I don't look at it and get optimistic. They're on this for a reason. These are the avoid lists. Don't do it. Don't be like these guys in ENPH who, since December of 2022, they've been buying it all the way down. Solar is a thing of the future. Oh, it's so great. No, it's not. It sucks. Look at this. This is on a weekly basis. Look at it. Look at it on a monthly basis. That looks awful. And it's still got a $16 billion market cap. Woof. Anything going on here? The only thing I can see on this one, GTLB, excitement here, and then man, the sellers just hit it. The sellers were just waiting for the buyers to take it up to the low 50s, and then they whacked it. Gotta love it. Everything happens for a reason. There's that IoT. Anything going on here? Yeah, MDB. One of my favorite names. Just got too hot here and it probably ran out of buyers. Anything else going on? Oh, box breakdown on Netflix. Thanks for playing, you lose. All right, we're almost done here. This is my longest video in a while. But like I mentioned, there's a lot of stuff going on. Wow, look at Oracle. Gigantic pink bar, huge volume bar. So even though the big elephants were tossing it, there were some other big elephants buying it. Isn't that interesting? And it closed at the bottom of the box range. The way I read this is that the big whales think this area here is undervalued. So if we get some bad market days, yeah, maybe it comes down here, but will it stay down in this zone for long? I don't know. But if this zone here is considered undervalued, it's an interesting way to look at it, huh? Nothing going on. Ooh, Qualcomm. They blew it out here, but then some buyers came in and pushed it back to the bottom of the box. Same situation in Qualcomm. The big boys think, there's a chance the big boys think that between $113 and 104, that below $113 is undervalued or a good deal. But it'll take a few more weeks before the truth of both of those stocks comes out. Pink bar on Roblox, interesting. Keep an eye on that one. Ugh. Rambus bear shooter bar on a big volume spike. This one probably is poised to go down, but we don't know. The reaction to this is what counts. Signal, the next week reaction. For example, the signal back here, bearish, but the reaction was an inside week. And so far, where's the bearish thing? That was a one-time occurrence? Maybe, maybe not. Signal, then reaction. Nothing there. Oof. SMCI. Big signal here. Pink bar. And the bulls are been messing around with it here, thinking, oh, it's time to come back. And there was money to be made on this bounce. But this is one that you date, you don't marry. And now, if markets turn, this one might make a bit more moves on the downside. But I don't know. We'll wait and see what happens. I don't know. Anybody who tells you they know 100% is a liar. SoFi. 2 inside weeks, and both of them have resolved upwards. But if you chose this one here, you probably got shook out 2 weeks later, only to buy it again. In fact, it would look like this. 2 different signals. So you would have buy, stop out, and then buy. But I'm not interested in SoFi, even though it looks good. It's got almost 1 billion shares outstanding. That means for it to go up $1, it's got to make $1 billion in market value. There's no, unless you love this and want to hold it for the next 10 years, there's no reason to play on this one, in my opinion. It's a time waster. Uber, easy to see rejection at the box breakout because you got this pink bar signal right here telling you anything in the zone here is going to be suspect. That's how I use this stuff. It makes looking at charts so easy. Why make it so hard? You don't need 20 indicators. You don't need all this extra stuff. You're just making it more tough on yourself. Look how I can go through my charts in like a half an hour. Now, granted, this video is taking longer. That's just because I got a lot more to say. And I'm going to be gone traveling. Amazon. Box breakout. But it's a bearish shooter bar. Oof. The reaction to this is going to be really interesting. Because this is a textbook Darvas box breakout. But it's the worst looking one I've seen in a while. But let's put this on list. Let's put it on list 2. Again, the worst looking Darvas box breakout. Say that 3 times fast. But what's going up and to the right tends to keep going up and to the right. So we'll see what happens with that. Signal and then reaction to signal. Another one that doesn't do anything. I should get rid of it. BLDR, housing supplies, that's getting tough. Berkshire. It's weird that BRK, that Warren Buffett keeps going up. Maybe that bodes well for America's economy overall. BTU, interesting signal right there. There's no box here, but that's pretty, looks bullish. And of course, this here where I traded it to pay for my Las Vegas vacation, I used the power of my subconscious to try and find me a trade, because all I wanted was a way to pay for my Vegas vacation. My brain, my subconscious brain, found a trade for me. I traded coal. I couldn't believe it. I bought this while I was on a plane. What did I do? Well, I bought the low, and I didn't know it. Isn't it incredible? God. I always tell new people on Twitter, welcome to hell. Hi, I'm a new trader. Ha, welcome to hell. Because that's the kind of thing that makes it so hard. CFLT, nothing really bullish or bearish that I can see. Dash. Inside week, tried to resolve down, but nope, didn't do it. So that's lukewarm. Ford, ugh. Bro, oh, Frono. Fastly, oof. Inside week, and then bearish resolution, except that's a big one. I gave up on Fastly back in May. I gave up. Or no, it was here in June. Oh, I need to put the sell. Globe. I bought this all the way back here after this huge volume bar. Held it all the way through here because I wanted to transition during 2022. Decided I needed to transition to a buy and hold trader and not be jumping in and out. So I decided this one was my test case. I was going to buy it and hold it, and I did. And I sold it up here. So far, it's looking like a pretty good sell. But I do keep an eye on this one. All right, we're almost done. That looks interesting. See here, blue potential start signal. And it's gone up, but nothing too crazy. Keeping an eye on it. Oh, white bar sell signal. We'll have to see how that develops. That's on NUE, steel manufacturing. Interesting. Octa, yellow bar signal. Pink, nothing compelling. Rig. Bearish shooter bar, have to see how it resolves. Snow, all right, we're just about done. May have to look for some new stocks to add. Okay, this is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize for how long it was, but I'm going to be gone. Hope everybody has a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.